Now let's talk about the real main character, Love Machine. He just looks cool. The fight scenes with him were really fucking cool.
Just a straight up
Like,
badass, basically.
my kind of guy.
Yeah, my kind of guy.
What more can you ask for?
Honestly.
You're listening to a Valiant Star podcast. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of Nerds Be Like Podcast, episode 101. And as always, I'm Brandon. And today, we have Danny, Lenny, Patty, Eric, and Antonio.
I did not expect that.
You didn't expect me to say Danny?
I wasn't ready for that either.
I was like, I'm gonna be quiet until you finish your part.
I just feel like after the Jeopardy, you know?
Yeah,
Just because of the topic
you said
names.
that, in case no one's heard that, that's available on the YouTube thing. If you guys
Everywhere.
wanna watch that. Everywhere, I would say, but I'm talking about YouTube specifically.
Here, there, everywhere.
Visuals,
and
YouTube,
stuff.
audio, everywhere else. For this week's episode, we are going to talk about, honestly, this is honestly, I find this film very cute with what I've watched. Summer Wars. Right?
And we'll
right?
explain why later.
Well, explain.
And as always, you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like, ring that motherfucking bell,
You know?
And
You know?
if you still haven't joined already, or somehow you're still out of the blue, we got a Discord.
Yeah.
Come hop in this bitch. We got people talking, we interacting.
One could say, he's a vibe.
Literally, it's a vibe.
Well, we'll get into some news, but first we will say that Richard Donner, director of Lethal Weapon, the Superman movie, that and the director's cut version of that, passed away at the age of 91. This happened possibly like early last week. I'm not entirely sure. I believe he passed away. I didn't write it down, but it was like something to do with like a health problem. I'll look into it in just a moment, but yeah. Very famous director. I mean, the one movie I definitely remember watching would be the Superman 2 more than Superman 1, but his version. But, he's very famous, well-known, and he actually was very responsible for the early part of Marvel and the X-Men movies and Kevin Feige and everything like that. He was the one who helped them produce all that stuff. So it's something I didn't know about, but he did do that. But yeah, he rest in peace. Yeah. All right. So we're going to be moving on to, so there was no cause of death as of yet. All right. Well, we're going to be moving on to some lightning round stuff, some situations. Here we go. All right. So we're going to be starting off with Tom Welling has confirmed that there is a Smallville animated series, as a continuation from the actual show from back in the day. So
Have ever you watched that?
Eric for sure. I know he has.
I have all 10 seasons.
No,
Yeah.
But good? Do you like?
I've seen
like
like small parts of it.
And I'm reading the comic that they continued. It's fun.
Oh, is it good?
Before
comic?
it got announced, it is. Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
far, but it's good so far.
I always wanted to read it, but like I'm not up to date to the show, so I'm like I don't know if I'll be lost.
I can fill you in. What's up? They all die.
No,
No.
all I know is the show ends with like
damn, I didn't know this
him
was justice.
taking again. No, but all I know is it ends with like him taking his shirt off with revealing the suit and everything.
Oh, not his
Yeah,
body.
It was the
Sad.
suit from Superman Returns.
I think all things considered, this is a good thing. Continuing that universe. It will be weird though, because we kind of have seen a little bit of it in that Flashpoint thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Definitely.
So.
Oh, I know.
Because he was there. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Crisis.
Young Justice Phantoms has gotten a release date of October 21st, 2021.
I don't know how to feel about this. Season
This
3 was
is-
weird. Season 3 was weird.
This is you guys for the most part.
I don't know what they're going to do.
I
There's
just
a lot.
there's too much to do. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They've
There's
introduced way
characters
too
they
much.
introduced. Yeah, I was gonna say. You remember that one scene
Oh
where they
my
had Damien, Red Hood?
Yup,
Oh,
yup.
he came back. Jason Todd came back
There was too
as a
many
baby,
fucking.
and then like there was so much going on in that one scene.
I was gonna say, like,
It's
did
not
it set up
bad,
a
it's
lot?
just it's okay. So it set up a lot and didn't develop anything.
Okay. That's
Like nothing that was cemented or that they like started. They just
Like-
kind of started a bunch of shit and they're like kind of developing it, but not really.
So it's everything
They-
thrown at the
Yeah.
wall. See what happens.
They jumped too far between season 2 and 3.
So in the middle.
I'm
Or not
excited
sure.
for
I
it.
don't-
Just
I'll
'cause.
probably watch it, but like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna enjoy it.
I'll watch it more than
Gotcha.
I'll watch Bad Batch. Just saying.
Okay.
Facts.
Let's
Damn.
see. The Suicide Squad will be getting a 1 day early release on HBO Max. So it's that day, coincidentally, because it's also James Gunn's birthday.
That's
It's a nice
Paul.
treat.
Crazy.
It's a nice
That's
Did you
Paul.
hear that Margot Robbie learned what happened to
Yeah,
the
recently.
Harley Quinn from James Gunn? I think,
Snyderverse.
or somebody told her,
Wait. You say that again? You said James Gunn and Snyder.
or Snyder, or in the Snyder
Oh,
cut, they told her what happened to Harley
to
Quinn.
Harley Quinn, and she was like, "That's crazy. I didn't know."
That's she
Yeah.
pulled a patty.
That's crazy.
It's exactly like close to the words. So
He's bonkers.
Next up, we should move. Quickly. Darren Cross, Yellow Jacket, will return in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I like it.
Confirmed? Yes.
Not
We
as
kinda
important
saw
as,
a little bit of it.
Jonathan
I
Majors.
forget who that is.
the fucking yellow Ant-Man.
All right.
Oh,
It's next up. Matt. Was that an
That's a K,
Shackman's?
Shakeman?
Okay.
Shackman?
Shackman.
Who
I
is
don't know.
Shackman?
It's,
I don't do
From-
names. You know that.
yeah. from WandaVision will helm the next Star Trek film.
I don't know if it's a continuation. It's just literally.
Yeah, I was going to
whatever.
ask you because you wrote
I
it.
know
was-
you were.
What is? I mean, it's Star Trek. Do they not just like do weird fucking plot lines like this? Decide
Well,
to
it's-
plot people in wherever.
It's okay. This is me talking as an outsider, but from what it seems like, it's mostly like very similar continuity, and then the reboot is just like kind of years far from it. So I would say it's maybe something new because it's like maybe like another generation or whatever, the next generation kind of thing.
I don't know.
Damn, that's
They've
crazy.
been talking about that this is the 4th film for so long.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
don't
how
know.
you think they're gonna get what's his face back?
They're too big now. All
Yeah.
of them. Every single one.
I forgot his name, but they
Chris
are big
Hemsworth, Chris
stars.
Pine,
Chris Pine. That's what I was
Gamora,
Zoe.
Colombiano.
saying.
Yeah, her.
Sultana.
Yeah, her.
Colombiana.
Carl Urban,
Wait.
Zachary Quinton.
Yeah.
Damn, today's Teen Titans
Idris Elba's
fucking
there too.
anniversary. That's
Idris
crazy.
Elba. No, he was a
Yeah.
villain. He's not coming back.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
he ain't there again.
They can bring Khan back, who is fucking Doctor Strange still.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah.
That's a lot. You know what I mean? Just like off the top of my head.
This is probably
that's
something due.
Money.
Most likely. All right. Next up, Kate Herron will not return to direct the second season of Loki. This is
Unlucky,
confirmed.
really.
But at the
sad.
same time, I've heard the argument where like Loki's been directed by different people over the years.
Oh yeah. What?
It's not going to be a super big deal, and I think her intention was just to do the one season
like they knew already.
always. Yeah, so it was not
I
really
mean,
a big surprise.
I
to
feel
them.
like this season's gonna go in another direction either way, so I don't think
Yeah,
it matters
that's
it
true.
that
just doesn't really
much.
matter. No, and we'll talk about that next week.
It's fine.
Ha.
All right. After collaborations, PlayStation Studios has brought House Macquarie. What?
I can't
House
spell.
Mark.
House Mark Q.
Mark.
Mark.
Mark. Yeah, Mark.
Oh, you
Mark.
said
Fuck
bought.
is
I
it?
spelled it right. Hold on. Bought, my guy. Bought.
Oh, whatever. Okay, what does
do
this
they
mean?
make though? I'm looking up what
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
was a lot of weird, obscure stuff, and I didn't know
their
what else.
Finnish
to put.
game development company. Games developed Super Stardust, Alien Incident, Angry Birds Trilogy.
Ain't nobody care
Whoa,
about
I
that.
didn't
the
know
Angry
that.
Birds guy.
I didn't know that.
It's a lot of like.
I've
sci-fi
never
stuff.
heard of any of these
I've
games.
never heard of any of these games either.
So I can't tell if it's a good thing or not.
I don't know. It's like we see what happens.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is somehow Sony still has more exclusives on the PS5 than the Xbox Series X, and that's funny.
I mean, I
Let's
don't
just
think
think
I ever
about
needed
that
PS5 anymore.
after Microsoft bought up like half the industry.
They're just trying to get something. All right, next up, Powerhouse Animation has signed first look deal with Netflix.
They make a lot more too.
Yeah.
Than just
So they've made Masters of the Universe.
No,
they-
So
Is
There's
this
a lot
studio?
more than
Wait,
that.
is this that weird looking mythology show?
yes.
Blood of Zeus. Is that out yet?
Cars.
No. Yes.
Okay, it's not. Wait, it is.
Wait,
Blood of
no,
Zeus
that
is-
one's been out.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
It's
it's been
been
out.
out?
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
Matthew Mercer's Hermes?
Yeah, that show came out like
They're
a
making
while
the
ago.
new
I
Masters of
think.
the Universe
Is
that
it?
comes out on Friday. They made Castlevania,
Oh, something. Yeah, no, it did.
Blood of Zeus.
Oh, okay.
They've
It came
done,
Okay,
out
I need
last
someone.
year.
I need someone's Netflix login.
they've done cutscenes for League of Legends, Caitlyn. They've done Injustice 2 trailers, Epic Mickey.
All right. So
That's Pog. Castlevania Castlevania's
the-
great.
the iCarly revival has been renewed for a season 2 on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
I watched like 3
I
episodes.
haven't
It's pretty
seen
funny.
it.
It is
Yeah.
so funny.
I like
Yeah,
that
from
it's
what I've
like
seen, it's
actually
good.
trying to like. I like how the show's like trying to grow up with the audience that would
Yeah.
have watched the original instead of just
Yeah.
being like a flat out like
Kid show
reboot.
again.
yeah.
They did it. They did it well.
They did it
you know,
tastefully. They
they
did it very
did it-
tastefully.
They did a good job. You
I
know.
still want to see Sam.
I
We
don't
won't
think
ever see
we,
that.
We won't. Yeah.
I-
She
Yeah, I
might
don't
like
think
come back
we're-
for one episode
We're
if they
not
beg
getting
hard
Sam,
enough.
and we're not getting
That's fine.
Gibby. and
I
it's
want
just-
Gibby, bro.
We'll
I
get
want
Gibby.
Gibby. I think Gibby's more plausible
We'll
than
get
Sam.
Gibby.
Patty
Yeah.
and I have
Have you, wait,
came
have
to
you not
conclusion.
seen his YouTube channel?
Yeah, I thought you guys.
Yeah, it's
you
cringe,
streamed
I
it.
know.
Like,
Is it
you
called
do
the
this.
It's-
It's not cringe. It's like he literally. I'm pretty confident this guy
Oh,
just
shit.
does acid 24/7.
No, he does not.
Have you?
He's
go-
pretty.
Go look,
he's
at his,
pretty.
go look
like,
up his YouTube channel.
Wait,
What is
what's his
his
YouTube
name?
channel?
If you go on YouTube and you type in his name,
Noah
Wait, what's his
Monk.
name?
Noah
Monk.
Monk, Munck,
Yeah.
you will find it. It's called Sad World. And you just look at the thumbnails, and you tell me he doesn't do acid.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I can't go. I don't know what YouTube is.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Are these just like acid trips shit posts? Like that's what it looks
I
like.
did what the only video I've watched is Bad Day 2. I don't know what he's on.
Yeah, this is so like I said, Patty and I came to the conclusion we don't think that he'll be back in the iCarly thing. I think it's just them for now. All right, next up, Jason Blum confirms Blumhouse will produce a new Exorcist movie. It will be made similarly to the Halloween reboot. Was it the 2018
Let's go.
We're still getting no Five Nights at Freddy's
Oh,
movies.
That's why I put
August,
2018 because there's been like 4
August.
reboots there.
one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I don't know the universe like that.
I
We're
don't
not
know
getting
if
that.
they're
Honestly,
gonna
sometimes I
use
don't even know the universe.
David Gordon Green, the director of Halloween, but like it's insinuated that they are the way he worded stuff.
And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Halloween 2018 didn't need it to happen, but it did, and that's the world we live in, and it was all right.
It's always gonna happen.
It was pretty good. It was kind of, there were some cringe parts, but other than that, it was, it was good. And The Exorcist is not, an absolute monster, disgusting piece of garbage of a universe that Halloween is.
You're
So
not wrong. You're absolutely
so
not.
I have higher hopes for
wrong.
this. You know what I'm saying?
Up top.
I believe in you.
All right, so that concludes the lightning round, and I'll give Eric the mic.
Patty
Eric.
actually made sense there. Hold on.
Let's go.
And I agreed with it like completely and did not argue. It's crazy.
That's just
All right.
crazy.
Bonkers.
All right,
This will be clipped.
We're evolving.
Shut up. There you go. That's your argument right there. All right. So I only have a couple of things. They're basic Marvel things, but we're going to spend probably a little bit more time talking about this because they're just hot topics. All right. So first, we're going to start off with Marvel Studios has announced that they're moving away from massive 9-picture deals like the one they gave
Sebastian
what's his
Stan.
Sebastian Stan,
Who's the other one?
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know their names right now. Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., all that. Which what are they gonna do? Like year deals?
No, I don't know if because TV is a little different, so I don't know if that also comes into into
I would
into the mix.
assume that they include TV appearances. I would maybe it depends. I don't know.
I
Maybe
seen
it's
that,
just
so
like an
I was just gonna move
episode,
it.
or
Okay.
if they're like in the whole season. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think TV deals are a little bit different contractual wise on.
Well, that's
on
why I said
movies.
year deals.
So,
like you're gonna
yeah.
play this character for 5 years, and then we'll negotiate again for this much.
Yeah.
That in the long run, that would save them money, and that would give people money to do like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
More
we need you,
opportunities.
like the way they do it. Like we need you from this time to this time, and then we need you from this time to this time. So anything in between, you have it. Like Kevin Feige has all that shit mapped out. The only reason they probably don't have it like as locked in is because of COVID and everything.
Yeah, I think maybe they had to rethink a few things.
Yeah,
Also with the launch of Disney Plus and everything.
true. That's like a real.
That's another big thing.
Because I don't.
Yeah.
Well, not that they didn't foresee it happen, but like they didn't plan for it at the very beginning.
Yeah, I don't think they
So-
looked into it. Like, yeah, we're releasing stuff on here. No, it was theaters, but shows. But then
I think
they
by Infinity
massive
War,
show. Yeah,
I'm thinking that's where they would have thought maybe we should hold off on this.
yeah. Like they've done 3 shows already, and all of them have been great. And they have what, like 4 more coming out this year, maybe.
I think it's just, isn't it like 2?
It's
3.
What If,
Yeah,
Miss
Hawkeye.
Marvel, Hawkeye, and I think there's one more.
The She-Hulk thing, is that this year or no?
I think so.
No, it's not
She-Hulk
sure.
must be 22.
I don't know, man.
They
I
already
think
said
it's
that was 22.
Eternals. I think it's Eternals and sorry, Eternals, Shang-Chi, and then those 3. That's it. That's
What if
that's a
Miss
lot of
Marvel,
projects.
Hawkeye? Okay, Moon Knight's next year then. But I don't
Yeah.
know. They have secret stuff still, remember?
Oh yeah,
that they haven't announced.
Who's the directors?
that is true.
One of the writers or the directors of Falcon and the Winter Soldier said, "Oh yeah, I'm surprised they haven't released this in the
Yeah,
this
so
much."
like, who knows? It's at least what, more than 5 projects for the rest of the year.
yeah. What the fuck?
That's a lot. We've gotten a lot of Marvel stuff. Not movies, just one. Wasn't terrible, but we'll probably talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it. All right, so Angela Bassett. I forget what her name is in Black Panther. What is it? It's T'Challa's mother.
Yeah.
But
She's
what's
the
her name?
queen.
Queen
I don't
something.
Yeah, the
remember.
Queen.
Auntie heard that.
Yeah, the
All
Queen.
right. She has spoke out
Hey,
about
Auntie.
Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and said that there have been 5 scripts for this movie with a 6th script on the way.
What the
Recast
shite?
at this point. Like, I get it. Believe me, I get it. I understand it. Every time I
Yeah.
talk about Black Panther, I get sad.
It's a little
But-
yeah. It's an fuck.
You telling me you need 6 scripts just to write around the fact that this man died? That's excessive. And they're filming what, next month or this month? They're starting?
Yeah, they're starting really soon. I don't know
Yeah,
which one.
'cause-
I think it's either next month or the end of this month.
Yeah.
Like, it's really close. But 6 scripts
And
within
look, rewrites
when did he
happen
die?
sometimes on set, but like this is an excessive amount. I think
and they're gonna
like
keep
leading
happening.
into it. Yeah.
When I feel like there's no thinking. I feel like it just is. Especially when the movie's like set to it's set to come out 2022 or 2023.
I think 22. I think because I remember when I was with
It's
Chris,
set
I
to
was
come
looking
out
into it.
like in the grand schemes, pretty like not that far away.
Yeah.
They need a script soon.
So
Need to
he
make up their
died
damn mind.
August 28th, 2020. That's a year ago. You're telling me you've had 6 scripts in 1 year?
Damn, that writing team must be like.
I think they had
Honestly-
different writing
Honestly,
people.
question: how would you guys feel? Because like, I just thought like, what if obviously, again, bullshit. But what if the movie like Black Panther 2 just starts with Killmonger just like in a puddle or like
I
wherever he
thought
is at
about
the
that.
bottom, just like fucking like.
I mean, I already
I'd be
said
down
that
for it.
too.
I'm not gonna
I, really
lie.
thought- I honestly thought about that like a long time ago.
I mean, we've talked about it before, but like
Yeah,
at this point, it's
think
the
they
only
keep it
character
real
that's
hush-hush.
able to take on the mantle that's like ready for it.
Because like he did pull the sword out, but just like what if they saved him before he like bleed out?
Yeah,
Well, I'm saying-
the
I'm
saying,
technology
yeah.
exists.
Like
for them
it just
to-
starts with him being like fucking treated or something, or like he wakes up after being treated.
Yeah, but I think that the part the more difficult part is just explaining why T'Challa's not.
Around.
Yeah, I think the Killmonger thing might be a simple,
Right.
face forth
I
for,
mean,
the,
I
for the
think-
future, but it's just trying to write around it. That's the only difficult part. I think I know
I feel
I've
like
talked to Eric about that.
There's a lot of, there's a lot of bullshit you can pull, but yeah.
I know Eric and I have talked about like
We've talked about
reef
this
casting, things
a
like that. Just
lot.
because like I don't know what night it was, but I know we talked about it. We were just saying like with as much respect that we have with
Bro,
Chadwick
I have
Boseman.
2 castings already that would be terrific, and I'm like,
Who do you
I'm
want?
up for it. There's the dude from the first Purge. I just posted in the podcast chat. I don't know how to say either of their.
Oh, that's
boy,
Mehdi, that's
yeah, Abdul Mateen II, but he's busy with Candyman, so I don't want to interrupt. He was in Candyman, Baywatch. He played what's his name in Aquaman? Black Manta. Yeah. And the first dude, his name's, I don't know how to say it. It's Y apostrophe LAN. I want to say Yalan, but I know I'm wrong.
Right.
Noel. And this dude's just like, when I watched the Forever Purge, the first Purge, not Forever Purge, it's a totally different movie. I watched the first Purge. This man is just like a presence. Like he brings a presence. And Yahya Abdul Mateen II, I've watched him in a lot, like Baywatch.
Yeah, the only issue
Super
I have with him
charismatic,
is
too.
just he's
Yo.
tall as fuck.
Who?
Yeah.
Man, I don't care.
Well, camera trickery, whatever.
Have you
The height
seen,
really doesn't matter in films.
Have you seen Aquaman? That man gets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was
But
a
like,
beast.
I just feel like all due respect, yeah, but you got to bring somebody else
I
in.
think we talked about it, like the character is it's he already technically he died during the snap. You bring him back, then continue on his franchise, and then like it's kind of hard to explain his absence. I think it is a very difficult situation. I understand, but like I would say maybe like we talked about pulling the movie back a little bit or
Yeah, I got
pushing
the
it. That's what I mean.
multiverse.
Because isn't it said to have what's his face in it?
Yeah, and you could even explain it that
Underwater
way
Man?
too. Waterman. Oh, Namor.
Yeah, Namor.
I think that was a rumor. I don't know if that's still like set in
I
stone.
don't know,
But
because they've been
now-
saying like Doctor Doom, Namor, and him are all going to be in there, and it's going to be like,
What?
yeah, it's going to be like the 3 kings, and I was like, that
I
actually
think-
sounds lit.
That's a cluster.
But I think you said it right there, Eric. The multiverse.
I
You
think
could
that'll
say,
be
like,
perfect.
You could say it just glitched somewhat, and then like
No,
it's-
there's ways around a recast completely.
yeah.
But they're not gonna do it. Like they're not. They made up their mind.
Well,
They're trying
what
to
I
find a
mean,
respectful way to make this movie and honor him.
I mean, they could be using words. You know what I mean? Like Kevin Feige could just be using his words and be like, "Yeah, we're not recasting T'Challa, but they're using a different version." You know what I mean? Like, say they bring back his dad from a different universe, and his dad becomes at Black Panther, and they like, I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's just
that
weird.
would be interesting, but like I don't know. We saw him die already. In Civil War, this is kind of strange. I don't know why he was
War.
in Black Panther the opening.
Yeah, and I think that was the younger one was like
Yeah.
the dude's
Was it-
son that played him as
yeah,
the
it was
older
his
one.
son.
yeah.
I think it just really is just continue. It should just be continuing the character because of like how much the character means to people and stuff like that. Like just kind of being like, no, he's off somewhere. You never really see him again. It's just
But there's
it feels a
also
little bit
those like
strange.
sensitive ass people. They'll be like, "Oh, that's so fucked up. Like, why would they do that? Blah blah blah."
I mean, it's like I said, it's a very tough, situation.
tough thing to
talk
do.
about. Yeah,
Like,
I imagine these conversations at Marvel
They definitely had these conversations.
Are way more difficult.
Yeah.
Just like to really just think about almost every situation possible. So I understand. All right, Tones, you ready to go into the topic?
Yeah. All right. So today we are going to be talking about the movie Summer Wars by director Mamoru Hosoda. And the reason for this is because just this past Friday, another one of his movies had just come out. And this was a movie that I saw on Twitter randomly one day, and I was like, damn, this looks fire.
Pretty. Yeah.
And I'm really excited for it. And obviously it came out, but it didn't come out in the States. It came out in Japan. So we're not going to be getting it until the winter. So to kind of satiate that want to watch it, and also to pretty much prepare us and see what we're getting into. We're going to watch Summer Wars because
Well, we're going to watch it live.
we're going to watch it live. No. We watched Summer Wars because it's pretty much, after watching it, I realized it's like his how to explain it.
Just to get a feel of what the director.
Well, this is like the best. This is like his most
well known.
No, not well known. Well,
Oh.
I don't think it's most well known, but it's not his best film, but it's his most important film as a director.
Okay.
So that's why it's worked out really well. So that being said, we're going to start by talking about. Or first, I'm just going to
go through the categories.
Yeah, you can do that for me real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So we're going to be talking about our favorite characters, our favorite scene. We're going to touch a little bit on the music, and then we're going to wrap it all up with the theme of the movie. You know? You know?
Stop using my words. God.
What? What word?
I say that all the time. It's my phrase.
You know? No, that's Brandon's, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
I do it, and then Brandon knows where it's from.
And just to give a quick synopsis of the movie, I'm just going to give the first paragraph pretty much from the Wikipedia. So one day, Kenji is invited by fellow student Natsuki to participate in her great grandmother Sake Junichi's 90th birthday. After traveling to Sake's estate in Ueda, Natsuki introduces Kenji as her fiance to Sake, surprising them both. Kenji meets several of Natsuki's relatives, discovers that Junichis are descendants of a samurai clan who challenged the Tokugawa clan in 1615. He also meets Wabisuke Jinoichi, Natsuki's half-great uncle and a computer expert who has been living in the United States since stealing the family fortune 10 years ago. So that gives you a little bit of a rundown. And then as we talk about other characters, I feel like the important plot points will come up. So,
yeah, we'll bring it up.
So speaking of favorite characters, I'm going first. And
Right.
mine
Do
is
we need
Granny
like a
Sake.
spoiler heading thingy?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah?
Well, I mean, like this movie's like
What's that,
2016?
12 years old.
Is it?
It came out in 2009.
Oh shit! Well, the soundtrack's 2016. My bad.
Yeah.
This movie was on TV too, so
Yeah.
That's fine. You got pause here if you wish.
If you want to watch it, you can.
There'll be
you can watch it.
timestamps.
It's really good. But yeah.
Oh yeah, there's timestamps. I forgot to mention we're gonna do that from now on.
But yeah, my favorite character is Granny, and why my favorite character is Granny is, I think it's really like represented after shit goes down. So at a certain point in the movie, Oz, which is pretty much like their version of the internet, it gets fucked by a certain character that we'll talk about later. But
Perhaps
Granny's then starts like after everything gets fucked and people like telephones aren't working right. People like traffic lights are fucked up. Like people can't get anywhere. Stuff isn't working out right. Granny just starts calling up a bunch of people, like a bunch of old contacts from, because they're an old, like influential family. And just like, hey, get the fuck to work. Do this, do that, help out, do something. Just fucking do something. And it's great.
do
So much,
it.
so much passion.
It
So
just
much
shows-
passion.
It's like no, but just like I like the fact that they decided to go with a matriarch instead of like a patriarch for the family. I don't know why. I feel like because Granny is the one that's like holding the whole family together in this whole thing. It's a very like family oriented movie, and she's kind of like the glue that keeps them all together. Before and after she dies, which she does end up passing away in the middle of the film. But I think she's a very important part to all that because like I think it's even more highlighted even after she dies how important she is to like the family and to like the whole story overall. Because the family doesn't just like, you know, they don't just like forget about her, obviously, but they still listen to her even in death. Like that's what I find even more interesting. It's like she's still influencing like what they're doing in those moments while like she's, you know, dead.
Yeah, I really do like that she's just like and she you would think she'd be calm and in nature, but like she's very
feisty.
Yeah, I was gonna say assertive as well. Like even to the point where like what's her name again?
Which one?
The girl
Really?
at the beginning.
Natsuki?
Yeah, she goes, you know, over there and to seek approval and everything. You know, just it is like highlighting her importance and stuff. To the family. You know,
Because she's the head of the family because she's the oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's really not much else you can say about her. I mean, besides what I'm going to say later. But Brandon, who's your favorite character?
Brandon.
Wabisuke, is that his name?
I think that they pronounce it Wabisuke, but
Oh, okay. Wabisuke, right?
yeah,
So we did the spoiler warning thing, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
just
like,
do whatever.
okay, so the reason why I kind of enjoy this character is because when I first saw him, he was basically the outcast of the family. He came into the dinner table, poured himself a drink, and everybody just looked like, "What the fuck? What are you doing here?" type of thing. But throughout the movie progresses, and when shit goes down, he's basically trying to clear his name type of thing, you know,
Redeem himself?
redeem himself. You know, when he was talking to grandma, and then like he was on the computer trying to, you know, trying to help what's the web called again?
Oz.
And then selling the company, you know, and it's just like, wow, so you're not an asshole towards the end of the movie.
Well, I think like it's not my favorite scene, but like one of my favorite parts of the movie is when like Wabisuke comes back and like the fucking shot the shit car.
Oh
After Natsuki tells him that Granny's dead. Like I just feel like that's like the turning point for his character. Just like holy shit, like I fucking did this.
I made the family hate me.
Yeah, he crashes into the boat too. Like it, I don't. Was his windshield already messed up?
Oh, his whole car
Prior
was
to
messed
that?
up already. Yeah.
No, like prior to the crash and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was literally basically a
But
hair
he's just so
away of
he's
blowing up.
just so manic though because like he just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's basically what I have for him.
Lonnie.
Maybe?
Hey. All right. So, I picked for my favorite character, Kazuma Ikezawa. I just hope that's it. Kazuma Ikezawa. He is a 13-year-old programmer and martial artist. And I picked this character because I kind of vibe with him because he doesn't want to deal with anyone unless he has to.
Facts.
Kind of flew with that. And I will talk about his Oz character later because I also like his Oz character a lot. But I can explain that better in a scene. But he's the type of person that really relies on what he knows how to do. So when he's confronted with things like Love Machine, which spoilers ahead, I guess, but you know, the thing that he actually just can't beat, whether it's like coincidence or not, he gets really mad, especially during the second fight where his computer overheats, and I have a gift for that. He punches a guy in the face because they took the ice blocks cooling his computer.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Motherfucker was
So,
sicko mode.
He collapses
Like-
that guy's face.
Yeah,
in
I got-
words.
I got-
Jesus.
I was gonna say if he
Got
didn't do it,
flattened.
I'll do it for him.
So he's really passionate about what he's doing because he knows he can do it. There's points where he was like close to just being Love Machine right there, but through some mishaps, he wasn't able to actually complete it. Where other people literally interfering with him, or his computer just couldn't handle it at that point, and then even his account gets taken away. So I just really like what he goes through, although he's not there a lot. I just feel like he's just a really important side character.
There's a lot of side characters in this film.
Yeah, whole
Just
family.
a lot of people.
The main character is a side character too. I won't.
Family
No.
fringe.
I wish they didn't go space.
Honestly,
This is really like it's because of Bell, but it's also against Fast 9 or whatever it's called.
I think it's just called Fast. Is it? I don't know. I don't give a fuck. All right, Lenny, you have any more to say about?
Trash.
I'm good.
All right,
Go
Patty.
on to
All right,
Patricia?
now let's talk about the real main character. Obviously,
It's always you.
that
man.
would be the coolest motherfucker out there, Love Machine. I don't even, from watching just that one video, I could immediately tell that nobody was going to be cooler than him. Nobody was going to be better than him. Nobody did it like him. And it's just all true because he's just so much better. I forget the Wabasuke guy, he made him, right?
yeah, he made the code.
Yeah.
He made the code.
He wrote the code for Love Machine.
code for this for Love Machine, which is like this really evil AI who he's just like trying to destroy the internet, which is basically going to like ruin the world, which I think is pretty. I mean, that's a fight I can get behind. You know what I'm saying? Just down with everything. That's my kind of guy, and he looks fly as hell. And just beats the shit out of everyone. Honestly, that's it. I just think he looks fucking
Aesthetically pleasing.
He just looks cool. The fight scenes with him were really fucking cool. He beats the shit out of everybody.
Just a straight up
Like,
badass,
what-
basically.
My kind of guy.
Yeah, my kind of guy.
What more can you ask for?
Honestly.
All right, that's it for you. All right, now on to my character.
Danny.
So I changed mine last minute just because like
God
it
damn
was going to be whoa, you want to add on to it?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, he wanted to be twins.
Oh, well, I didn't want to just like cover the same things you were saying because I was like, I don't, so it was going to be the one that Lenny chose, but I chose Mansuke. Is that
Mansuke.
right? So you said he's the youngest uncle.
Yeah, of his generation. He's
Right,
he's the youngest child.
So I really liked him just because like how much he really wanted to help towards the end, like really seeing like the good and like the plan and everything. Like, yeah, we should go through this. He even brought his boat, like
Power the supercomputer.
like he was like a little bit of like a little bit funny moments and stuff. But like one of the parts that I liked is just his relationship with Lenny's character because he was like a sensei to him.
Yeah,
And,
like
like, in their-
martial arts.
Yeah, in the moment of like I don't know if it's when they're like getting the food together or where exactly, but they're just kind of training a little bit. Like off the computer, they're just training a little bit. I'm like, that's a nice thing, like their relationship's really cool and like they're just an interaction between the two and just like Kazumi just looking up and being like, do you like something, either do you believe in me or something like that, or do you think I can do this? And he's like, no, you got this, don't worry about it, kind of thing. And I was like, that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's it for me. All right, Eric.
Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry about it. I'm here. All right. So for my character, I also chose the obscure uncle Wabusuke. What's his name?
Wabusuke.
Just
Well,
call it
I'm
Wabi.
gonna call him the obscure uncle because that's what he is, right?
It's Wabi.
The reason why I chose him is because he is literally the anomaly in the family, to where he does not want to talk to nobody and he wants do with anybody, but he is there for his grandmother because, you know, he's trying to make her proud. And the whole thing about him is he just wants acceptance and from her specifically. And he wanted to make sure that she was okay. And he said the reason why he did all this and created the AI that became Love Machine is because he wanted he wanted everything to be like when they had the grandfather.
Yeah, like he wanted to make her proud. He wanted to get money for her.
Yeah, when his grandfather was alive, I guess they were okay and she never had to do anything and it was fine. You know what I mean? Like, and the family was a family, and I guess he had her love, or I guess she showed him love or whatever. I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is. But that's the reason why he does it, is what I liked about it, because, you know, family. Wait, hold on. Pal,
I mean,
there's your clip. All right.
Family's fast.
So that's the main reason. I think he comes back when the grandmother dies, right?
Yeah.
So
after Natsuki tells him.
Yeah, so his grandmother, he left in the middle of everything because him and the grandmother got into it because they found out he created the AI, and then when he found out she died, he came right back and he helped them because that's what she would want them to do, to come together and defeat the AI. So yeah, that's why he's my favorite.
Redemption.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, Legacy, it's not there yet. Never mind. No Legacy. Damn, not this week.
Saying Legacy.
Give it a few episodes.
Well,
No.
I mean, okay. Well, it depends how you look at it.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you're getting at, Tones.
So, yeah. Speaking of Legacy and getting into that, we're gonna talk about our favorite scenes.
You're welcome.
And my favorite scene is when Wabisuke is telling Granny that he made Love Machine and he sold it to the U.S. government for the family, and she responds by grabbing a naginata and attempting to kill him. And the reason why I like this scene so much, I'm going to get into the theme, one of the themes of the movie a bit, because it's really important to that, is that, in short, Wabisuke is presenting the family with the present weapon, as in Love Machine, to the family. And the grandmother responds with a weapon from the past, another family weapon, the naginata. And I hate you so much. But the reason why that's so powerful is because she's literally attacking him with that, a metaphor, what's happening in Oz through Love Machine is now happening to Wabisuke in the real world. Why do you do this?
Say that again. Sorry, fucking.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What I said, what's happening in Oz,
Yes.
with Love Machine, is happening to Wabisuke in the real world through Granny and the weapon.
Oh.
It's literally being fucking killed. I also just think the scene's animated really well. Just Wabisuke fucking crawling, destroying the whole setup of food and drink. Granny's a badass. She just pulled a fucking spear on you. What are you supposed to do?
That's something you don't see every day,
Yeah, honestly. But I think what tops up the whole scene is the fact that, we were talking about before, Wabisuke does this to kind of redeem himself in the eyes of himself. Well, redeem himself and the family. But in the end, he just ends up disgracing himself even more. And I think that that good intention, then going, leading to the terrible results, kind of it makes the scene even more powerful because of that. That build up. And all just culminates to fucking die on your feet like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch.
No, when he stood up slowly to grab the weapon, stood up slowly, and I was like, yo, they're gonna fight.
Granny's got good form. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
They're gonna duke it out. Do people say that still or no?
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
That sound old. I feel like I so old.
That's
All right, that's it for me.
all right.
Brandon, what's your favorite scene?
I feel such a disgrace. But my favorite scene is when, after her passing, all that, and Love Machine, family coming together, and then they're like, the past is in the past. It's just it's time for us to live in the present, and let's just be one, be whole with one another again. But the reason why, obviously, I enjoy that is because of family person. I just love whenever there's a family gathering, and it also reminded me of when my grand's passed, and the family came together. It's just like, oh my god, this movie is like, oh wow, I love this movie. Relatable.
I think this movie does a really good job of just showing a semi-realistic
It's very
like a huge family unit.
Yeah.
I think it portrays it really well. I think it has a big problem of not highlighting certain characters enough, especially the quote unquote main character.
Who we haven't mentioned so far.
He's literally just another side character.
Because the main character is actually the family. It's like fairy tale.
Yeah, fairy tale, the Gale. It just works. Main character gets arrested and he becomes someone's, partner. That's literally the highlight of him.
Yeah, and math.
Also, he does math. I forgot
Quick
about
maths.
Yeah. Runner up at the math Olympics.
Is that it, Brandon?
Yeah, basically that's why I said I feel like a disgrace because literally I just haven't
it's
seen it,
okay.
so it's just
It's
I'm
still
trying to bring
it's
it
still
back
a
to the
touching
movie,
moment.
bring it all together.
You're good. All right, Lenny.
Yeah, time to kill that family mood with a fight,
Hey man,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
guys
I'm
do that.
saying.
I'll bring it back.
Hey,
Don't worry
man.
about it.
Hey, man,
See,
because-
Lenny knows what's up.
Lenny just pulled this is Lenny right now.
I like my fight scenes. I like Dragon Ball here, so I'm picking the second
Broly
fight
stan.
between Broly Stan, obviously. The fight between King Kazuma and Love Machine, the second one specifically. I chose this one because, this is the fight to potentially stop Love Machine, or at least get a significant advantage into shutting him down. It's also a big revenge thing because Kazuma lost the first fight against him. So Kazuma is winning at first, I want to say, and then the AI starts doing its AI thing, starts moving the world around him and manipulating other accounts. But he has the lead in this. He's really close.
Is this
And I
where
always talk-
the water?
with the ice thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kazuma, the person controlling King Kazuma, is deep into it. He's on a roll. But I believe his computer overheats or breaks down, something of that sort. And it comes to find out that I forgot his last name, so I'm gonna just call him Soda-kun. Took the ice so that he can put it next to
Second
the
cousin.
Yeah. He could put it next to the grandmother's just to put it next to the grandma because she died. So that they can keep her body, I guess, fresh. But I ended up overheating the computer, and then Kazuma ends up not only losing a fight, losing tons more accounts, and also loses his own account. And at that point, Kazuma feels like he failed to an extent, even though things weren't, it wasn't him that failed. It was things around him. I guess.
His surroundings had a big
It was his
big part
family
cousin.
letting him down because martial arts is more important.
his damn
What?
computer.
Computer overheated. Not even the computer's fault. They had ice for the computer. But
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, this guy was just an
Bro.
idiot.
this guy's
Yo,
an
you could
idiot.
tell he was holding in so much anger.
But he didn't
Like,
hold it
with
in.
the-
He let it out immediately.
hold
No.
it.
I'm saying with that one punch, the amount of you see in his face.
Yeah,
is
no,
like,
he punches him
Yeah,
again
and his
later
fist
on.
as
I
he
just don't have the
collapses the guy's face inwards.
Honestly, he deserved it.
Yeah, I chose this fight not mostly because of the fight scene, but also what it meant to Kazuma.
Yeah, the internal
What?
struggle.
One of the pivotal
Yeah.
points of the film, I'd say.
Hell yeah.
One could say.
I mean, I
This
hope.
Also,
I'm just guessing.
pretty important.
Also, Love Machine becomes almost unstoppable after eating Kazuma. I'll point that out.
I thought Toad was gonna say you could say this scene slaps.
No, that's what he does to his cousin's face.
Smacks.
Let us move on. You folded him.
Yeah, where's Juliet? Where you need
Yo, paper.
omelet. You know. All right.
Jesus.
Okay. Who's next? Patty.
Patty.
All right. Now continuing with obviously the more important part of this movie, the fight scenes. I'm doing the first fight between Love Machine and Cosma. I like this one. I feel like the first fight was definitely more like it was a lot heavier on like the martial arts, whereas this one was more on like Love Machine's ability to like affect the like his control over what's it, Oz, right? The internet world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he at first he takes over whatever the side character's name is. I don't remember.
Kenji.
That guy. He like takes over his account and he's just like an evil version of his avatar, which is just like a little kid with this evil
Like
smile.
Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Mickey Mouse here. She's like beating up like what the fuck is it called? It's like that little like yellow like cat or squirrel looking
I was
thing.
gonna say squirrel. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's his
squirrel.
avatar.
Just starts beating that up. And then Cosma comes in and he's just like, looks like super cool and he's like ready to like, you think he's gonna dunk on the stupid AI. And the AI just absolutely eviscerates him. It's not even close. Even though Cosmo probably would have beaten him if those little kids didn't get in his way and distract him. But the AI was honestly just cooler. And I think the thing I like most is I feel like I don't know the Oz world, like the internet world, was I don't know, it was just weird. Like the visuals for it were like really I don't know. I thought they were strange, but I liked it because it's all like super bleak white with like bits of color in it.
I really like the contrast between Oz and
Yeah.
the real world. Like
It was so weird looking, but I liked it. And the
As
way
Patty
that
would say, pretty colors.
yeah, pretty colors. Yeah, a lot of pretty colors. Big fan of that. You like those. And the way that like Love Machine is able to like manipulate it to his advantage is like really interesting because like I mean like this AI has essentially been like just created, but he's already like been able to master the world that he's in, which is like really cool. Yeah, that's all I got. Love Machine dope as fuck. Fuck family.
Before I go into mine, I will say, do you guys remember a little bit while back when we talked about isekais and we talked about TMNT and the rabbit? Okay, sorry to go back to a weird thing. So the fighter avatar, King, was it King Cosmo?
King Kazuma. Kazuma.
So he reminded me of the rabbit here from TMNT. And the funny thing now that I figured out, well, maybe an hour ago or 2 hours ago, the voice actor for the side character, not the main character, voices Leonardo in that show. So I'm like, that's really weird connection. All right, so now we're gonna move on to my my favorite sequence, which actually takes place right before Brandon's. Yeah, so it's the moment where everyone's gathered around and they're reading out Granny's letter that she had left in case of an emergency, and it all details like, hey, our past is our past. We should accept and forgive the weird uncle, like because he I think they're telling like his bit of an origin, but it's just like she adopted him, and it's good to be eating in like as a family and being together than to be alone, you know. And so it's just like this really like touching moment where we get to learn a little bit more about the origin of the dude, but also like how even in death, like how Tone said, she also managed to bring a little bit of more order in all this chaos that was happening. Because this is after, I think this is after the fight, right? Where after with the ice.
No,
and
it's,
everything?
no, it's,
It's before.
Well, she died.
No, I want to talk about the letter.
I forget.
I think it's after the second
it might be
fight.
after.
Yeah, and then everyone's very demoralized. They're like, what do we do?" And then, you know, again, it brings a little bit of order into this chaos. And you know, in the moment, I was like, "This is this is really strange," because like you have like 2 hours and they're sitting down to eat breakfast, or like just not breakfast, but just eat in general. And I'm like, actually, no, this makes sense for like the dynamic of the family and everything. But yeah, just like that sequence is like really touching and very emotional, just to learn about you know, the family dynamic even more. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Unless Tones, you want to add anything to the letter?
No.
All right. So now, Eric.
I'm listening. What'd I do?
Just your turn.
So
Okay.
my favorite scene was when what's the main character's name?
Kenji.
And what's the chick's name?
Natsuki.
All right, so Kenji and Natsuki.
Yes.
All right, so
Yeah.
Kenji and Natsuki, when they first get, well, it's Natsuki's house, right? And Kenji's just visiting.
Yeah.
I'm right. All right. I don't want to get it wrong. All right, so Kenji and Natsuki get to the house, and Natsuki's like, whatever happens, just go along to what I'm saying, blah blah. He's like, all right. I mean, I don't know what you're trying to get at, but okay. So they go along with it, and they go in there, and they're like, she's like, yeah, this is my boyfriend, and he's like,
He's
huh?
got a real who?
He's like, huh? He said, they looked at it and said,
She said fiance.
oh, my fault. She really
No,
did.
he knew
she
about the
did say
boyfriend part.
fiance. Okay.
Who?
She said fiance, and he was like, yeah, but huh? So
I'm a what now?
that whole scene was my favorite just because like it caught him off guard, and she really just like jumped to the conclusion. Not to the conclusion, to like she set up a whole plan.
0 to 100
It
real
didn't
quick.
tell him at all.
Didn't say anything, didn't warn him. He just went in there and like it happened.
Improv to the max.
I think it was just hilarious. Like, imagine if that happened to one of us.
It's
I can't.
I
But
can't
imagine.
either. I would never be in that position.
Facts. What? That's
I was
it.
gonna say too, like it could have been him or his other friend, who's the other's mod or whatever for the Oz.
That's exactly how you looked at
So
it.
confusion. All right, I think that wraps up the scenes.
Yes, I do.
All right, do you want to touch a little bit on the music?
Yeah.
All right, you want to start?
So I've been listening to this music this whole time, and this shit slaps. Especially the song "Summer Wars." Like,
Oh, the second to last thing.
yeah, it's such like a
Overture.
like penultimate sort of
yeah.
thing, and it just fits it so well. Because you like even when you just listen to it on its own, you know what's happening in the movie. Like, you can think back on it so easily.
Oh yeah, I can't.
And it's such a good. It's just like a great fit. And I don't know much else of what the composer. His name is Akihiko Matsumoto.
Yeah.
He hasn't worked on much else. Actually, I don't know anything else that he's worked on. However, this is really good.
I'm gonna put it in the music channel.
Yup.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're right. It's like I think especially with this one, you really do picture like what's happening in the movie.
That last koi.
Yeah. and everyone's like, like it kind of felt a little bit like, where everyone's yelling Power Rangers, like, let's form or whatever, like the screens kind of mashed together. It kind of felt like that, where like every location's like, what did it say, koi?
Yeah.
Everyone is like not mashed together, but like cutting in from like this part of the world, this part of the world, this part of the world.
Avengers assemble.
Honestly, no, it's really funny because like I'm immediately just like thinking of fucking Naruto, and everyone's just going, "Go Naruto!" Yeah, that's what comes to my mind.
I could have gone Voltron too, but
That's what I thought you were gonna go, but you didn't.
No, it's
Just going in for
Whatever.
that last hit.
Yeah.
Go, Keith. You can do
Form
it.
sword. All right. So, do you want to now move on to the theme of the movie?
I mean, if no one else got anything to say about music, no one else want to say anything?
Mm-mm.
Well, I assumed it would just be mostly us two talking.
I mean, I didn't know if somebody else like remembered the song or from the video or not.
The fighting song. That was it.
Yeah. All right. Now the theme. Yo, so this movie. Okay, so
Let me break it down for you.
let me break it down. Okay.
There you go.
So first, there's family, and that's obviously important. What's more
Family.
important than that is the past versus the present.
Yeah.
And that's the real theme. Family's there, family's important, but family only accentuates
There's a lot of things
the
in
present versus the past. And before we actually get into like how the movie tackles it, we gotta talk about the director. And the reason why this movie is like I said, this is like his, one of the most important films in his career, is because before Hosoda like directed films, he was an animator for like a lot of other anime, like shonen animes, which is not very. It's very common for directors to do that. Like he worked on a bunch of Dragon Ball movies. He worked on like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Like he worked on all those things that you would know.
Who hasn't worked on one?
He also, and more importantly, he was the director for a Digimon movie called, I forget what it was called, the War Game, I believe. And why that's important is because the Oz plot of this movie is very similar to War Game. So it kind of comes off as Hosoda is making the real movie that he wanted when he made War Game.
Oh.
So this is the past versus present, not only for the people, the characters in the movie, but also for Hosoda himself. He's going back to an old film and making the film he really wanted to out of it, while also like
Digimon Adventures.
Oh, this is his
Yeah.
passion project.
yeah. So
Okay.
I think what even like makes it even more what strikes it even more is the fact that like the Oz, like we were saying, like Oz has like a very distinct art style compared to like the real world, but I think that distinction also is important for like drawing the line between the two. And like Oz is kind of like going back to all that, because Oz is more like it's closer to what anime should be, like over the top and all that. But the real world is very like it's very plain and real as far as anime would go. So yeah, I mean that's part of that. Anybody else want to say anything before I continue?
No, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you continue,
Alright.
mostly because
So
you're more
so
well
go-
versed in the theme.
Yeah. So like past and the present in the actual movie. So like I was saying before with the Granny versus Wabisuke fight. Well, fight, quote unquote.
Attacking of.
Yeah. This movie has a very strong like the family that everybody's part of. It's very old and like distinguished family. And that's like where a lot of like the parts of the past come up with. And this whole new thing with the with the present with Love Machine and Wabisuke, making Love Machine and trying to do it to bring back the glory from the past. It just brings this constant struggle of like the past trying to catch up to the present, but it never really does because you're in the present. The past has already happened. And that's something that the characters have to overcome, or at least some of them, mainly Wabisuke, have to overcome throughout the film. So yeah. Anybody else?
I was just thinking, would you argue that he's somewhat of the main?
I would say that Wabisuke
Because of the lesson.
is one of the most important characters in the movie.
Okay.
I would say
Not
that
the
it's
main.
probably him and Granny who are the most important.
Even though she died halfway through the movie, not even half. Like
Yeah, but She still like influenced the whole
Impact,
Yeah,
movie.
she influenced literally throughout the whole
Legacy.
movie.
Yeah, but
No,
yeah,
I-
legacy. See,
I
I told you to
understand
come back.
that, but my point is she was dead the whole movie. That's
He
my
said,
point.
he said
Told you
halfway
come
the
back.
first time.
It's like fucking Justice League when fucking he was
It
dead the
always
whole
does.
movie.
Dead and he comes back.
The man was
It
dead the
always
whole
does.
fucking movie, and then for some reason,
All right.
Yeah,
so
Legacy.
does that wrap it up?
I mean,
Any
does anyone
final
else want to
thoughts?
say? Yeah.
I'll let you know when I finish.
Okay. Well, Brandon, you said you were gonna also
Yeah.
get around to completing it.
Yes. Yes.
In short, I'm very excited for Belle.
Yeah,
Especially
I am
after
too.
watching this.
I'm not gonna lie, just because like I didn't know what I was really getting myself into. Not in a bad way, which is more like that kind of title. I'm like, what is it really kind of discuss, or what is it gonna be about? And I was.
I mean, it's
honestly
definitely going to
very-
explore something similar to this because it's going to have that contrast.
Yeah.
Between the, I think it's going to more play towards like the emotional side of like the real world compared to like the virtual world, where you're like, because she's not really like stereotypically pretty in the real world, but in the virtual world,
Virtual
she's
world.
like well known,
Oh
well
my
loved.
God, yeah.
They released a lot more info. The whole title is Belle, the Dragon, and the Freckled Princess.
Well, that's always been
I didn't know that. You don't
Yeah.
clarify shit. And it
Oh,
says,
yeah, I didn't know that.
It says Suzu, a teenager living with her father in a small town in the mountains, in a virtual world called You. Suzu is Belle, a musical icon.
yeah, she's an idol.
We talked about that. Yeah. In case
Yeah,
no one knows,
I'm
we'll,
not here. That must
Also,
be
one
it.
of the songs
Put that
got
in the
released
description.
for
Yeah.
I don't know if it's they said some are saying it's the ending song, some are saying it's like the
That's
opening.
what I thought it
but
was.
Either
the
way,
credit
it's
song.
really good,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for the soundtrack to that movie, especially.
I'll link
I'm-
the
I'm checking
trailer
every
and then the
day.
song as well. Yeah.
Speaking of which, time to check again. Nope.
Yeah, I just thought it was very interesting. Like I said, I didn't really know what I was getting into, but I was very pleasantly surprised. And it feels like a movie I would rewatch. You know, again, family's important. And every like the themes you were discussing, like it's a movie you definitely can rewatch. 100% recommended if no one else has seen it.
Yeah, it's fucking great. We got an anime filmmaker that can rival fucking Miyazaki. Let's go.
So, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Nerds to Be Like podcast. We really appreciate it. Wherever that may have been, if you want to switch it up, we're available wherever podcasts are available. Sounds kind of strange. That also includes YouTube. There you can subscribe, like, ding the bell, comment as well. Anything you want to do with it, do some. Like Brandon, like Eric says. Let's see. We also have a Discord, like Brandon said up top. You can join in, continue the discussion, and put any music you want to recommend, like we've been doing. We also have Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Nerds Be Like Pod. Go follow that. Up to date, or like whenever we release stuff. As well as we also have a Gmail where you can contact us either on the social media or on the email for any comments, questions, concerns. We're at nerdsbelikePod@gmail.com. And let's see, review. You can review the podcast on. It's mostly on the iTunes app. I don't think there's maybe on the Google. I'm not sure. But yeah, leave a star rating and let us know how we're doing.
5 stars,
And
please.
I would say, we would really appreciate if you, type something and let us know. Because for now, it's just more like the stars. But anything would be greatly appreciated. Let's see. All right, Brandon.
Merch time.
I love what I have to say. Do your thing, because you know what to do.
You already know. We got all that good. Summer. It's basically the peak of summer right now. It's very hot. I don't know where you are, but where I am, it's definitely hot. In Connecticut, what they've been saying is hot too. I'm
In
pretty sure.
everyone's
Indeed.
locations. Yeah.
The whole East Coast is
What's the
pretty hot
state?
right now. It's
Does it matter?
hot
And
as hell.
insert state
Yeah, it
here.
doesn't really matter.
If you're trying, lighten up your clothing, we got t-shirts, short sleeves, long sleeve, hoodie,
Yeah.
zip ups, baseball tees, all that good. You want to go cruising throughout the day other than walking? We got skateboards, vroom vroom, not vroom vroom, skirt, We got travel mugs for you. You know, it doesn't gotta be hot beverage. It could be cold beverages in there. You know, stickers, tapestry, laptop
What you
cases,
could put
phone
on
cases.
your room, like Brandon said.
Yeah, on your room. You know, like we got all these things for you. Face mask too. Like you name it, we got it.
Yeah, that'll be in the link, the big link below, for anyone to check out. So we also have links, and over the weekend, I would say maybe the last part of the Friday or something like that, I sort of fixed it up, rearranged it a little bit. So now we have a big link where you can see all these ways to support things like the Asian American community, Palestine, stuff like that. They will all be in a big link, and it'll continue to update. Yeah, I'm saying big link. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll continue to update it, as we go on, just so it doesn't, pile up. Everything would be centered. You guys can see where do you want to go. All right. So
I got one more thing to say. One more.
All right.
Just one more.
Okay.
If you have any business inquiries, hit us up on Instagram, preferably. I will respond to you. Dan will respond to you. We are very happy to collab with any up and coming podcasters. You listen to us, we listen to you. We're very open with what we do. We have 2 upcoming collabs with 2 different podcasts.
Personnel.
Yes, and we are so excited. We have stuff planned out. It's great. We have our rollout, which is great. I think this is going to be like the second time we put it out, where everything's going to be new, Dan?
Yeah.
Or this is the first?
I think it's the first. This is the first episode that will have everything together.
Okay, so we're probably going to update all of our socials.
Yeah.
Pictures, profiles, stuff like that. Probably
people who listen to on the iTunes got a little taste of it, or because it updated immediately. I think Spotify
did it?
as well.
That's crazy.
Spotify should have.
All right. Well, you're gonna be seeing a lot of changes, but don't worry, we're still the same nerds.
We're still here.
We're still here. We're just growing a little bit more, and we're loving it.
All right. So what is next? What is our preview for next episode?
What is it? Hold on.
Well, speaking of upcoming collabs.
Yeah.
Oh God. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So we're gonna be discussing Loki and all of its glory,
glory
and
glory in all of its glorious purpose.
Right. So we're gonna be discussing it with a few people over at Geeking Out Loud.
Geeks be like,
yeah, that's why
I've said it a lot too. So
that's all you.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna be collabing with them. So it'll be twice. So you're gonna expect 2 episodes, one on our feed, one on their feed. We'll let you know when that comes out and everything.
Yeah, and we'll tell you how to get to them when the episode comes, and if you like them, we do.
That's right. Yeah. So I can't wait to discuss with them and everything. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
What?
What?